Welcome back. So if you've been using Notebook LM to create video overviews, you already know it's incredibly powerful. But today, we're going to go way beyond the basics. We're talking about the pro techniques that take you from being a passenger to being the director, giving you absolute creative control over your explainers. Okay, let's get into it. You ever generate a video and just stare at it thinking, that's not quite what I had in my head? You know, maybe the AI grabbed onto some random detail, or it totally ignored that one chart you needed it to show. If you felt more like you're just making suggestions to the AI instead of telling it what to do, well, you are in exactly the right place.
Today, we are climbing what I like to call the mastery ladder. We're going to start by taking complete control of the script. Then we'll move on to commanding your visuals, mastering the pacing, and even fixing one of the most common errors. And at the end, I've got a little director's challenge for you.
Now, our guiding light for this whole explainer is something called the Feynman technique. The big idea is super simple. If you can't explain something simply, you don't really understand it. So that's what we're going to do together. We're going to apply this technique to break down every one of these advanced tips into really clear, simple, and actionable steps.
All right, let's get to our first and honestly maybe the most powerful technique. This is how you take absolute control of the narration with what I call the script source hack.
So what's the big problem we're solving here? Well, you upload a bunch of documents, right? Some are messy drafts, some have notes in the margins, some have data that isn't even relevant. The AI does its best to summarize everything, but in the process, it completely misses your core message. It's like handing an actor a pile of research notes and telling them to improvise a play. They might get the general idea, but they're going to miss the art.
And this, right here, is the beautifully simple solution. Instead of giving the AI a mess, we give it a finished script. First, you ask the chat to write the video script for you. Second, you save that perfect script as a brand new note. Third, and this is the magic step, you uncheck all your other original sources. Then finally, you generate the video using only that new script note. The AI literally has no other choice but to follow your script to the letter. It's the Feynman technique in action. We've just explained exactly what we want in the simplest possible terms for the AI.
And here it is, the exact prompt you can just copy and paste to make this all happen. You're telling the AI to put on its explainer video producer hat, to analyze your sources, and write a script with one specific goal in mind. This is how you transform a jumbled summary into a razor-sharp narrative.
Okay, script, locked down. Let's move up that mastery ladder. Now we're talking about commanding what your audience actually sees on screen. This is all about forcing specific diagrams to show up and even creating your own custom visual styles from scratch. Here's another one I hear all the time. You have that one critical diagram, that one chart that is the absolute centerpiece of your whole presentation. But then you generate the video and poof, the AI creates some generic stock image and your masterpiece is nowhere to be found. So frustrating.
Now, what's so cool about this is just how simple the fix is. All you have to do is make your image heavier, give it more importance in the AI's eyes. And you do that by making a new source file, like a one-page PDF or a single Google slide that has nothing on it but that image. Give it a super descriptive name, and suddenly, the AI snaps to attention. You're explaining its importance just by focusing on it.
And to really seal the deal, you use a steering prompt just like this one. See, you're not just hoping the AI notices your diagram, you're telling it point blank, when we talk about technical specs, you will show this specific image. It's direct, it's clear, and you know what? It works every time.
Forcing one image is great, but what if you want to control the whole vibe, the entire aesthetic? You're not stuck with the default styles. Not at all. We can actually design a completely unique look from the ground up.
Just look at this. This is a custom style prompt. You can get incredibly specific, defining not just what things look like, but the background, the exact color palette, everything. You're not just picking a theme anymore. You're basically world building. Just think about the possibilities here for making your explainers totally unique and unforgettable. So we've got the script, we've got the visuals. Now let's talk about timing and depth. This whole section is about mastering the flow and the pace of your explainer.
The first big lever you have here is the format. You're basically choosing between a brief and an explainer. A brief is perfect for those quick 1 to 2 minute recaps, like a news flash or a daily stand-up. An explainer, that's your 5 to 10 minute deep dive, perfect for breaking down complex data or walking through a process step by step. Just choosing the right format is your first move in controlling the flow.
And you can steer these formats with amazing precision. I mean, look at this prompt. We're not just picking explainer. We're telling it the target audience, what sources to focus on, and check this out. We're even telling it how to explain the topic by asking it to use the very same Feynman technique we've been talking about. This is how you make sure the depth is absolutely perfect for your audience.
Okay, now for what I think might be the ultimate level of control. You can actually join your own presentation. With interactive mode, you can literally pause the explainer and ask the AI host questions in real time, and it'll answer based on the sources it's presenting. So imagine the video's playing and a critical question pops into your head. You can basically raise your hand with a prompt like this. The AI will pause, answer your specific question using the source documents it has, and then just seamlessly pick up right where it left off. This is an absolute game changer for learning on the fly. Look, every powerful tool has its little quirks, right? This section is all about how to troubleshoot one of the most common reasons a generation might fail, so you can get back to creating without pulling your hair out.
So you've done everything right. You've got the perfect script, great sources, you hit generate, and failure, with some vague error message. It is super frustrating, and a lot of the time, the culprit is just an overzealous safety filter. And what's really funny here is the cause. More often than not, it's just human faces in your source documents that are triggering the filter. The fix is, well, it's surprisingly low-tech, but it works. You just open up a simple paint program, draw a black or white blob over any faces in the document, and then upload it. That's it. Problem solved. We have covered a ton of ground. We've really gone from being a passive user to being a full-on director. Let's just do a quick recap of what this new power really means for you.
I mean, think about it. You can now dictate the exact words the narrator says. You can command specific, crucial images to appear on screen and even invent your own art style. You can control the timing, the pace, the depth of the whole narrative. And you know how to fix one of the most annoying technical glitches. You are, officially, in the director's chair.
So now the ball's in your court. Which one of these pro techniques are you going to master first? Are you going to lock down your story with the script source hack? Force that critical diagram into your next big presentation? Or maybe you're going to go wild and design a completely custom visual style. The controls are all yours.